Welcome to Unapologetically Rich, the show for high-achieving women who refuse to settle. I've helped over 51 women become millionaires and multimillionaires. You're next. I'm here to unlock the next level of wealth, freedom, fulfillment, and feminine power. So hit the follow button, share this with every woman who needs to hear it, and get ready, because every week we're diving deep and rising higher. This is the Unapologetically Rich Show. Are you ready? Let's get to it. Hello and welcome to another episode of Unapologetically Rich. I'm your host, Shamina Taylor. And today we're going to talk about Jeff Bezos' wedding and what people are talking about with it and why this is important. Again, if you haven't got your ticket to the Wealth Consciousness event, it's October 2nd and October 3rd. This is going to be an event that's going to basically fast track your results. This is when you're not just getting information, but you're going to be able to implement, integrate, and embody your next level of wealth consciousness in this 2-day immersive event. We take you through active in-person workshopping that help you regulate your nervous system in real time, rewire your neural pathways for big money. And this is so even if you are making $1 million a year, this is so there's no income leaks, there's no other places where money is leaving, but you're actually making it from a state of abundance and wealth consciousness, not just from the hustle, but really showing you how to move into that higher level of consciousness around money. This is why it's called the Wealth Consciousness event, because it's an experience of having you expand into the more. And if you're working towards your first million or your first 5 million, this also is going to help you create wealth faster. We're going to talk about you and your business, and we're going to talk about how you can expand into the more, how you can live a life that is filled with abundance. This is not just going to transform you, it's going to transform your business, your family, your team, and your friendships. You're going to probably meet your best friend in the room. It is a high level event. We do have a couple of VIP tickets left. Go ahead, grab your ticket, bring your business bestie, or come and visit and meet your bestie in that room. And this is going to be an event that really helps you fast track your results so that you can integrate, implement, and embody. This is not just for information. People go to events, get a lot of information, but they don't do anything about it. I want you to leave this event with implementation. This is why a lot of women start having their highest cash months, or they go cut their hair right when they land because they've been transformed. I want that for you. I've seen this happen again and again throughout our events. I know and trust this process. Come be there and have the elevation, have the expansion. It's waiting for you. You know your next level self is out there. Okay, Jeff Bezos' wedding. Why do I want to talk about Jeff Bezos and his wedding? It's been coming up in my feed a lot, and I get a kick out of reading people's comments about it. And I really want to talk about it because to me, it's I can't believe how many people have been so negative towards what amount of money he spent. Now, we're not having a discussion on what Amazon does or anything about that. We're just talking about purely a very wealthy person spending $48 million or $50 million on their wedding and how people have responded to him, to his new wife, and their comments. And I just want to break it down. Now, why this is important, because this is where a lot of people fear, and maybe you're not worried about, billionaires don't really give a shit about what other people are thinking about, just so you know. But maybe you've been around people, they're worried about, if you start making more money, what are people going to say about you? If you buy that car, you do this, what are people going to think, right? I know of a woman who bought a G-Wagon, and for a year she kept it in her garage and didn't let people see it because she was worried about what the neighbors were going to think, what other people were going to think. She couldn't really own her wealth. And this is crazy. Why are we ashamed of our success, right? And a lot of people don't want to get the hate that this guy got. I think it's absolute bullshit that people have a say about how somebody wants to spend their money, saying that he should be taxed. I think it was actually out of bad taste, in my opinion, and this is solely my opinion, how the Italians were making statues of him and mocking him. He donated $2 million to the Venice community. Not that he had to, and that it's not neither here nor there that he did that, but it's he chose to go to Venice because it was meaningful to him and whatever else. And he chose to spend the amount of money that he wanted to on his wedding because he could, because it was his money. That's it. That's it. Now, if this guy was getting married and he was broke, do you think anybody would have anything to say about it? No, because other people think they're entitled to have an opinion about how other people spend their money. Why and when does society feel like that was their duty? I cannot get over. I'm actually like what in the actual F is going on? I see people saying, well, this is like a misuse of money. How dare they waste so much money? You know, how many lives they can save. Remind me again where it is another person telling me what to do, like they're paying my bills. Like, what? Like, what? And now all this does is when people do this is it shows their jealousy, and it also shows their lack and scarcity, that they don't believe that this could happen for them. And you know what? Guess what? It won't. It probably won't for most of the people out there. Most of the people out there, they will not actually experience this type of success and wealth because guess what? They're not expanded enough to believe that. One of the biggest problems that I see with this is that all it's doing is showing people's scarcity mindset, is showing like, oh, we gonna attack the rich people for spending their money on what they want to do. This woman got 2 rings, she had a couple outfits, and all they keep talking about plastic surgery. Look at her. The guy, listen, this guy is a billionaire. And this woman that he married was 55 years old, and I don't care if she had any work done because that's her business, none of my business. It gives all of us women who might be on, their second time of love to be like, guess what? I probably can find a billionaire too because and maybe not all of them are looking out for like the 20-year-olds. Maybe they're actually looking for women our age. But this is the way that I think because I've worked on that scarcity and lack mindset. But the majority of the world who's attacking him is doing it from a place of lack and scarcity and victimness because they believe that they're entitled to his money or these broke ass people who are too lazy to go out and do what he did have a say on how he actually should spend his money. Where in the F does that make sense? And I don't care if this triggers people because if you think that you have a right to tell other people how to spend their money, stay broke. That because it's ridiculous. So I know that people think that they have a right because they have this superior moral whatever bullshit going on. I've seen people say, well, I think it's just a complete waste of resources and blah, blah, blah. Um, because what? Because what? Because he worked hard and he found a gap and he made money and because he's doing what? He doesn't even own Amazon anymore, by the way, people. Like he doesn't own it, right? He's not a operating person in it. So he created a company, right? And now it's being whatever. It's none of my business. None of it's my business. If I'm looking at this person enjoying their life and they had people there, why is this any of my business? What makes it feel like society? It's their business to tell people what to do with their money. And I feel like if ever you've judged someone else about spending their money, welcome to a money leak. Allow yourself to have a money leak. Allow yourself to be rolling around in the lowest vibrational frequency that you could possibly have with wealth consciousness. Because if you feel like you are superior to anybody else on how they spend their money, that means that you feel like you are owed something from someone else. Then that does actually scream victimness, doesn't it? It screams victimness. It screams like, I should have this, but I don't, and resentment and the unfairness of it all. I can't tell you how many people will sit there and judge others about the way they make their money, how they have their money, how they spend their money, how they use their money, how they enjoy their money. But I'll tell you, billionaires are not sitting there losing sleep over all this little nonsense. They're not sitting there going, well, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't spend my money this way. Maybe I shouldn't do this. They don't give a rat's patootie about what the broke-minded people of society think. They don't care. That's why they're billionaires, right? Because they didn't sit there and stop and think, well, I shouldn't do this because the masses of the people are going to be upset with me. I think it was a good gesture to donate the money to the city, and it was great. Even with that donation, he was still met with negativity from the scarcity and victimy and lack mindset people out there in the world because they're always going to exist because people will always feel like they have an entitlement to your wealth, an entitlement to things because they don't go out there and earn it. because they sat on their lazy butts and they did nothing. They didn't take any risks. They didn't start anything. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Making money is not for everybody. Not a lot of people can do it. That's why they stay stuck in their 9 to 5 jobs, because it's safe. That's why they stay in a job for 20, 40 years, because they don't go do anything else. That's great. That's great for you if that's what you want to do. But for the people that are willing to go out there and take the risk and do the things that other people aren't willing to do, and then they get crucified for it. Does that make any sense? It makes zero sense. So, this is why my show is called Unapologetically Rich, because you can do whatever you want with your own damn freaking money. You are not required to satisfy every single buddy's needs. Because if this guy created this wedding, Bezos, and said, well, I need to think about all the little people out there that are broke, and I shouldn't spend this money. Instead, I should send them a check for $1,000 just so that they're happy with their miserable lives, instead of me enjoying my life and what I've created. Because then people wouldn't say anything about me. Because you know what? Even if he sent them $1,000, they'd be like, that's all you sent? What, isn't there more? And they would still feel entitled to the more, right? Because they would have a say. I've seen when people bought a jet, people were like, that's destroying the world. Okay, well, I'll tell you, the first purchase that most billionaires make are a jet. They have a jet because it's out of efficiency and they're able to, go and do whatever. Now, I tell you, if this couple was, like I said, broke, getting married in front of the justice of the peace, everybody would be like, yay, this is amazing, celebrating them. I saw Cody Sanchez post that she got married with something where her lavish wedding was canceled. She got married in a patio or in front of somebody. It was just the justice of the peace and whatever. And the woman's rich, okay? But she is saying that this is how she got married. Everybody's like, this is glorious. This is amazing. It's not overdone. It's like perfect. It's like, this is what real love's about, not all the drama and fuss. And because you said so, you judgmental people. Like, why are you sitting here judging how another man chooses to celebrate his wife? Oh, they'll be divorced soon. She's going to be traded in for another model. Is there a prenup? Mind your own damn business and start getting rich. Stay in your lane and worry about your own pocketbook. What does your bank account look like? How are you spending your money? Are you buying your girl a diamond? Are you out there asking your man for a diamond? Are you out there? What is happening? All I know is this. You sit in judgment of how someone uses their money, just go fucking burn your money. Just go burn it right now. Just because you are going to create so many things in your life and your business that are going to just leak that money out, because that is not a place of abundance or expansiveness when it comes to wealth consciousness. You know what it's doing instead? It's actually out there going, poor me, little poor me. Wah, 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 wah. Look at you over there. Look at all your money. Wah, wah, wah. I don't have my money. I'm so sad. Oh, boo hoo hoo hoo. Feel sorry for me. And you know what happens? All the feel sorry for me people, they band together because that's what they do. People who are victims, they love bringing on other people to have that victim mindset. It spreads like wildfire. That lack and scarcity. Oh, let's just gang up on them and talk and say bad things because it makes me feel better. If I bring down somebody else with money, then you know what? I'm going to feel better about my lack of it. Does this make any freaking sense to anybody out there? Listen, there might have been a time once and upon a time, Shamina, a long time ago, might have been like, wow, that's overdone. Like, who, la, 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 whatever, and have a comment. But I'll tell you something. I didn't know any better back then. I didn't know that that was coming from a place of victimness and lack and scarcity. I didn't know that that mindset that I had was actually the thing that was causing so many problems in my life. I didn't know because I didn't heal the things inside of me that made me look through the world through a lens that said that I was supposed to judge another for what they had. And the crazy part is a lot of them religious people out there, the type. They're the first to stand in line and be like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your money? I thought we don't judge thy neighbor. We're not supposed to be judgy over here. But they're the first people judging, right? Listen, I'm not saying all of religious people. I'm saying some, because we're not using absolutes. We're using some. But the ones that are sitting there, they're very judgmental. They're the first to say, you shouldn't be doing this. You should be doing this. and this is what we're supposed to blah, blah, blah. Listen, money's money. If that dude has $48 million to spend on a wedding, wow, that's amazing. That means he had the wedding of his dreams. That means he could do whatever. That means he's got fuck you money, man, where he's just like, I can spend $48 million on one day or 3 days because it's just money and I'm going to enjoy it, because he could drop dead tomorrow and never had the wedding of his dreams. And his bride probably wanted that. People were commenting on her dress. They were commenting that she's trying to be Jackie O. She's trying to do this. I thought she looked gorgeous in her dress. I thought her dress fit her like a glove. I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. I saw them happy, smiling. They had a lot of named people at their wedding. I mean, imagine a guy who started his business in his kitchen or wherever it was, and it grew to this, and he took a lot of risks to start his business, and he went for it. And now we all have the convenience of Amazon, that we can get something in 2 days, or actually sometimes a day, depending on how it works. Imagine that he was able to turn something into this. I mean, whatever it is. What I'm trying to say is, do not let the people who will ever comment about your success and your wealth will always be someone who's doing less than you, who'll always be making less than you, will not be somebody who is even an ideal client, because they're going to be people who don't believe that it's possible for them. They're going to be people who are constantly complaining. They're going to be in scarcity. They're going to be in suffering. They're going to be in the lack. They're going to be a pain in the mother effing ass. Those types of people. So I encourage you to say more about your wealth. I encourage you to show up. I saw a woman who recently, she teaches about money by a Lamborghini, and she was getting a bunch of hate from people. She didn't give a rat's ass about you hating her. She's like, I'm going to go about my business anyway, because I just got a Lamborghini while you're going to be over there complaining. I loved it because she was unapologetic about her success and wealth. She didn't have to sit there and go, well, I worked 3 jobs. I worked hard. I work hard for my money. And this is my success, and a big long story for it. She was just like, look at it. It's beautiful. I love it. Why do people feel like they have a say in how other people enjoy their wealth? It's none of your damn business, right? And when people are out there commenting on other people about their success and wealth, it's none of your business. And when you realize it's none of your business, you're going to stop making your business, and you're going to stop involving your little 3 cent belief system on other people. They don't care. And you're just wasting your time. All you're doing is just yapping on the internet. All you're just doing is yapping and just telling people, I'm jealous. I'm unsuccessful. I'm lazy. I don't believe I can be happy. I also don't believe that this could happen for me. And poor me and boo hoo hoo. And I don't mean you and the people listening to them, even the little yappers out there that are talking about it. But anyway, no, people won't change. There's going to always be people who are going to be on the lower frequency of that vibrational scale when it comes to wealth, because they just don't believe it's possible for them. I am now out here trying to convince any of those people that success and wealth is there for them, because they are committed to their sad, sorry ass story about why they're not successful. Jeff Bezos is allowed to go do whatever the hell he wants to do. He's allowed to spend as much money as he wants on his wedding, because it's his money. I actually don't see people paying for his bills. Is anybody asking him? He didn't go out to society and say, hey, there's a GoFundMe. Can you come pay my bills? I saw, this is the crazy thing, maybe I talked about it earlier. I saw a clip of a girl defending why somebody was robbing this guy. It's a whole nother story. Anyways, it's too long of a story to get into. But she was like, well, he had no choice. He has to go rob for clothes, meaning like, oh, what, he couldn't work? They couldn't work. He couldn't get a job. It's like people think their only solution is to complain about other people's success and make it their business and sit on their asses and do nothing about it. I have no room for any of that. Zero room for any of that. I have zero tolerance for people who feel like they can do that. I think I've ranted enough. But why I did this is because I know many of you are afraid to go bigger. I'm afraid, and you don't even realize that you are, but subconsciously you're like, well, I don't know. A lot of women, they don't want me to celebrate their success online, because they're like, oh, I don't want people to hear and see about this. Like, what will they think about me? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit if people think about you that way? Who cares? You are allowed to do whatever you damn well please with your money, with your life, and what you want. You get to be so unapologetic because you're not here to really meet people at their level where they don't believe it's possible for them. People will always try to hold you back. They will always try to have you stay where they are because they're not willing to do the things that you're willing to do, or what Jeff Bezos is willing to do, or all the other successful people. They want you to stay small. They want you to stay near them because they don't want you to go do the things that they're afraid to do. So of course, all these little people are going to come out of the woodwork and comment and they're going to hate and they're going to throw dirt because they're too freaking lazy and they're stuck in their own bullshit to get out of their own damn way to go do the thing. So you know what? They're going to sit and judge you for your success. And when you understand that those people exist and you just really allow yourself to just know that they're there, you're going to go out there and do the damn thing. Go out do the damn thing bigger than ever, because you might be sitting at $1 million a year right now, and you want to start making $1 million a month, or you want to start making $5 million a year, but you're like, why do I need so much money? I don't need more. Let me tell you, it's not about the money. It's about how you can create and what's more inside of you to go create that wealth and that impact and be able to reach more people and help more people and scale your business if that's what you choose to do. But sometimes we play lower and below the scale because we're so afraid about what people think about us. We're so afraid of the peanut gallery. We're so afraid of all these but that peanut gallery, all that chitter chatter, all of that's coming from people who are too afraid to bet on themselves. They're coming from people who are living in lack and scarcity. And when you understand that, you'll never fear about showing up. Let them talk. Let them say whatever they want to. Jeff Bezos doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit. And you shouldn't either. He doesn't give a shit. He's out here going, yep, we spent $48 million. And oh, I care about what you think. Oh, said nobody. Said nobody. Said nobody. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. And you shouldn't either. Stop playing small. When I mean that, I mean going small for the income you want, showing up in your power, and being afraid of people saying anything. Jeff Bezos and whoever else, they can do whatever they can do whatever they want. It's not up to us to say that they're wasting their money, that they should be out here funding all of these charities. Why? We could do so much more with that money. This is a humanitarian thing where they're misusing resources. Stop with that shit. I'm so sick of society telling other people what to do. Do you, stay in your lane, enjoy your life, go out there, do the damn thing. If you have not bought a ticket yet to the Chicago event, October 2nd and 3rd, let me tell you, wouldn't it be amazing to be at that place where you're unapologetic, you're embodied the next level of wealth, knowing money would always be there for you. You don't have to worry and justify anything that you spend. That's what we do in these workshops too. We help you elevate so you are embodiment, you're breathing, you're implementing, you're integrating the workshop exercises so that we can move away anything that might be in the way from you elevating to that next level version of yourself so that you can be the woman that's making all the money, the wealth, but being powerfully you, transform yourself, because it's just not about money. It's about so many other things that happen from that event. Get your ticket, be in the room. Look, I had to say something because this stuff was boiling me. It was getting me to a place where I was just like, this is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense that people think that they have a right to say what people do with their money. It's none of our business. As this woman once said to me when I moved to Chicago, I was asking her what she was doing in the middle of the street. We don't see that too much anymore. Middle of the street, taking notes on people. I said, ma'am, what are you doing? What are you taking? She goes, ain't none of your business. You better mind your business and carry on yourself. And so with that, I would say that too. Also, if you haven't got my book, Unlocking the Quantum Woman, go get it. Come join us in the Quantum Woman group. Subscribe to this podcast, this channel, and also leave me a review. I'd love to hear from you. All right. Stay tuned for another episode. Bye for now.